She doesn't believe in the power of the Void God drill. She keeps saying that the High Pantheon will smite him down and sink our city down to the abyssal depths. Honestly, I think she's just jealous. We shall pay her no heed. Let the sacrifices begin. The Void God Drill has promised us power and riches in exchange for worship and sacrifices. And between you and me, Waterproof Scroll Diary, I'm thinking of taking him up on it. I have ascended as high as I can go along through the coil. So I think a little god power is just what our people need. Okay, so there's egg on my face. The High Pantheon did smite down the Void God Drill and sink our city down to the abyssal depths. But I don't see how that's all on me. Frankly, I suspect it was Kasara's bad attitude that messed everything up. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna keep worshipping Drill, and there's nothing anyone can do about that!
Bill, did you steal my pickaxe?
I did not think it's the Cruel. Haven't seen it.
But you're holding it right now. It's got my teeth marks on the handle and that pink ribbon I took from the candy maker's corpse.
If you already knew Vinkus the Cruel, why did you ask in the first place? Why not just beat me down, scatter me bones, and take your pickaxe?
Oh, so this is about me now?
Aye, this is about you, and the work conditions you make more difficult by not communicating directly with your co-workers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got mining to do. Good day, sir.
Like most fantastical discoveries of note, my research into quartz began with disaster. I was on a date at a cozy little steakhouse with a spicy fire elemental, Armand of the Seven Furnaces of Damnation. He asked about my research, and I took out a sample of quartz I was looking into. Then I excused myself to the restroom, and when I came back, Armand was gone. I thought he ditched me until I noticed the quartz crystals on his plate. Well, it doesn't take a Magic Tower League graduate to realize that quartz sucks up magic like salt absorbs liquid. Poor Armand of the Seven Furnaces of Damnation. But you can't stop progress.
People are always asking me, Relic, how'd you get so magical? And I always say the same thing. Shut the hell up and don't talk to me. I don't owe anyone anything, and I'm sure as hell not giving away my magical secrets. I'm perfectly happy just being an inert statue containing unbelievable amounts of soul energy. Thank you very much.
Nervous. Haven't looked for love since my center days, so here goes. What up? Okay, Cauldron lovers. I'm a Wastard. 473 years young, baby. I run my own business, mostly necromantic arts, but I've been dabbling in seances. Seances are hot these days, okay? Oh, and I just got myself checked. This fine bod is curse-free. So, what am I looking for? Someone to share long walks on the temporal abyss. Someone to watch for signs of possession when I get old. Much like pets, no elementals. 5'10" and up only, baby. Look forward to hearing from you.
Here I stand, in the presence of Salissa's primordial essence. It makes my scales quiver in fear to stand anywhere near it. Although, it is the source of all the water in the Oasis, so it would seem some good can come out of even the wickedness of Salissa. History tells of the damned Queen of Atlantis, whose name shall not be spoken. Now only known as the Heartphage, the goddesses imprisoned her within the labyrinth as punishment for supporting Salissa's evil ways. Now she is cursed to guard the Bident, tide sorrow, and to thirst for all eternity. Prophecy which foretells the return of Salissa. And I shudder to think what should become of the Coiled if it were ever to come true. I pray that I do not live to see such a dark day. Gentle Tibitha, goddess of air, who wields the great bow Skypiercer. So named because it is said that she created the constellations by shooting holes in the night sky. That is Asphyria, goddess of sand. She is known as the Judge, and her mighty mace, Shatterfist, is both her weapon and her gavel. It was she who passed judgment upon Salissa's many sins. Phasia, goddess of fire, wielder of the flame whip, Lashfang. It was she who lit the flame of consciousness in the coiled and brought our society out of the darkness. Wicked Salissa, goddess of water, wielder of the legendary Bident, Tide Sorrow. After Aspheria passed judgment upon Salissa, she formed an alliance with Hephasia and Tibitha to grant a share of their power to the first Viziers, who shattered Salissa and imprisoned her mind in this very shrine. It is forbidden to slither within this twisted realm, but my curiosity overcame my judgment. It is, as the histories tell, a warped and unholy pocket of reality, forged by the sheer power of the first Viziers during the shattering ritual when they imprisoned Salissa's mind in the shrine.
Report on the status of the Undead Legions. It's been 217 years since the Dragon Lord was last defeated, which is weird. He doesn't usually take this long to come back, and the skeletons are starting to get worried. I told them to sit tight for a few more decades, but I really hope he comes back soon. Skeletons are getting restless, especially Ribula. Ugh. I must find the Dark Master. The Dark Master needs me. Blah, blah, blah. I sent him out with a scouting party just to shut him up. Hopefully he trips down a well or something. You know, running a skeleton army isn't the same as what mortals deal with. We don't have to worry about food, water, sleep, or transportation. Our greatest enemy is boredom. That and bone termites. Those things are the worst.
Abandoned. I walk this vast world of betrayal and lies, wondering what was beneath it all. I met a man on a country road. I tore him apart to see what he was made of. It was her. It was all her. Every blade of grass, every crying baby, every promiscuous goblin, flying shark, and enchanted sword. All her. I wandered, afraid. Would anything about me Me? I began to throw off my armor, dropping my sword on the ground, discarding the character she had forced on me. In time, I even carved away my fear. What was left, I knew was my own. Something no master could change. Control. I had the run of the Wonderlands for a while, but eventually I felt it again. That tug on my strings. Then the heroes started showing up. I was compelled to take them on, cackling like an idiot, monologuing my way to defeat after defeat. She was using me, but I wasn't an empty vessel anymore. I stayed in control, even when she spoke through my mouth. And with every campaign, every rote hero's journey, I took back a little more of my own story.
Her coruscating majesty, Queen Buttstallion, has long protected the Wonderlands with the soul magic she imbues into the land itself. But such a precious role requires guarding as well, as proven by the terrible events at Dragon Keep. And so, the Queen founded a new walled city from which to oversee her realm. Brighthoof, the seat of the Adamant Throne. The Wonderlands has a complex history with, well, history. Our world clearly exists in cycles, with events repeating every few hundred years. Never exactly the same, but never all that different either. One foul force, however, has remained consistent through the ages: the Dragon Lord. It is believed that his dark shadow may even stretch back to the first cycle itself. When the Queen's Navy was first formed, they quickly moved to cleanse the Seven Seas of piracy. This was a resounding success, until the privateers declared that there were actually 8 seas. The Navy rushed to secure the new sea, only to find the pirates were now insistent that there were 12 seas, all told. And so, the game of warg and hare has continued for centuries, with some claims as to the current number of seas stretching into the lower 4 figures, depending on the pirate you ask and how much soda they've had that day. How was the world first formed? How did it come to be divided into continents and painted with diverse biomes? What complex tectonic mechanics are occurring even now beneath our feet? These were the questions asked by Nullifer, the only geologist, even as she was burned at the stake for unrelated insurance fraud. The baleful angles of the Vatu language are evident even in their architecture, the walls of Ossu-Gol inscribing a rune of power into the very ground. The exact translation is still unclear, as every linguist who has successfully laid eyes on the true meaning of Vatu script is rewarded for their efforts by having their souls eaten by the words themselves, consumed by their work indeed. Time erodes all things. The forest will inevitably retake the field, and the desert will consume the mightiest of cities. This was long believed to be true, until a carelessly forgotten push broom revealed the truth. A generational conspiracy by an ancient cabal of lazy cartographers, determined to erase points of interest from the maps so that they wouldn't have to draw them anymore. Though war was quickly declared upon the conspirators, it proved difficult to locate them because, well, you know.
You didn't beg. Got that going for you.
I'm the last of my kind. Everyone else has been eaten. They tore Red apart with their bare hands, sliced Angel into ribbons. It won't be long before they come for a piece of me, too. I can hear them now, salivating over my delicate frosting. With every last crumb of my being, I curse the bakers of Brighthoof sentient cakes and pies!
Might mess around and see if I can't get put in stocks for the day.
Dear Ectobert Swazowski, I am writing you once again to say we are not interested in your ridiculous design for a ship that floats on air instead of water. It's been tried before, and it's far too flammable. We're sticking with seaborne vessels. The ocean's not going anywhere. Besides, I can't be seen favoring you. Not after that incredible weekend we spent together at SchoonerCon. Call me.
Whoa, I do not trust that Stubbly over at Stubbly's Bubblies. He says he's sticking to unsweetened flavored soda water, but my spies at the docks have seen some sassafras get unloaded, and it sure didn't go to my kegs. I don't like it. This city's pop market belongs to Isabel Bloodtooth, and if Stubbly thinks he can rattle her bottles, well, we'll see whose cap gets popped.